y'all, it's your girl Sarah
and Corra,
and we are a truly wonderful pair.
Throw on some PJs and relax as we discuss our favorite show of the week.
So, last time we watched Beyond the Gates, what happened? Haley was trying to kill her husband Bill.
Right. She betrayed him, and she turned out to be evil.
Yes. So this whole time we thought Haley was Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Turns out she's actually a scammer trying to kill Bill for his money, and I think she's trying to get him to buy a property in Puerto Rico or some Caribbean country, so that she can kill him, get his insurance policy, and run to another country.
It's actually really funny because we also learn in the same episode, not the same episode, but in the same story arc that we're going through with Haley trying to kill Bill, we have the fact that Randy, like Doug McBride, the character who died,
yes.
Doug McBride's friend, childhood friend, is Haley's
cousin.
Brother.
They're cousins.
They're
cousins.
Shut up.
It's weird because when Joey Armstrong has footage of Haley leaving the parking lot and he was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know why, as her cousin, this nigga talking about we're having an affair, instead of the story they came up with, which was, what was the story they came up with? Oh no, when she faked her miscarriage.
Right.
When she faked her miscarriage, and he was the good Samaritan to help her out to help fake the miscarriage, because he was the one to supply the fake blood or real blood or whatever the hell. And we also have, while Haley's trying to kill Bill is over here focused on his ex-wife and her new marriage. So it literally feels like the roles have reversed, because in the beginning of the show, Danny was the one who was obsessed with Bill when he first got married, and she couldn't move on, or at least she was using Andre as a boy toy. Now her Andre done fell in love. Now they officially married. Now he want to talk about I don't trust him. Mind you, he's been fucking her since you got married. So I don't understand why you all of a sudden care now about what she does with her and her business.
I think their daughter getting kidnapped might have something to do with it.
I mean, I don't think that the closeness they had when Chelsea got kidnapped and they got a little too close, I don't think that jump started it for Bill. I think that what jump started it for... Did it jump start for Bill? It was always there for Bill, because when his wedding night, when Danny came into the room and was trying to be like, you love me, why are you doing this? He was like, there was a little bit there. You could see that in his face. He was only really doing it to spite Danny. So like all her reactions, the way that she's carrying it on, he loves that about Danny. That's the whole reason why he married Danny, I feel like, because if someone that crazy, if someone is that crazy now, they've always been that crazy. But I mean, with how she explained their marriage, it seemed like they were, she was more acceptable of like his cheating as long as it was on the down low and didn't embarrass her, unlike this home-wrecking hoe, Haley. You have any thoughts about anything happening with Beyond the Gates?
I like Danny and Bill's storyline, but I'm really waiting for like them to get to that poisoning plot. It's slow. You know how these
they explained it in the show. I think Randy told her the instructions for the poison was to give him a little bit at a time. So this is going to be a very slow burn.
And he didn't take all the poison. She fed it to him in a cupcake, and Naomi ended up eating some of it. And I'm surprised
she didn't have no reaction to it. Like, she didn't end up in the hospital.
Right. I think that she'll have given him the final dose, even though he was probably going to need his stomach pumped and like was probably going to be like really sick. I think that at a certain point in time, he's not going to die from it, because he didn't take the full dose. He
hasn't taken the full dose, because I feel like as she's pouring it into different things and cooking it into different things,
right,
it's like diluting. I don't know if they're banking on all of it being used to kill him or just the small amounts killing him over time. But I think you're right in the sense of that he might not be fully dead from this, but we'll see. It feels like in soap operas, no one's ever really dead in soap opera. Someone's coming back to life. Because I feel like even watch Doug McBride's not gonna be really dead. He's gonna be. I don't know if they actually said that there was a body, but I didn't hear nothing said that there was a body. So who knows? Doug McBride could be somewhere off in some cabin no one knows, and he's still alive. Watch.
If we didn't see a character, it's that thing of if you don't see the character die, they're not dead. Like, they tried to.
That's what I think too. I think that we didn't see him die, nor did we see the crash, because at least when it came to Laura, the assistant, Nicole's assistant, when she had her accident, we at least saw the camera footage of Leslie basically driving her off the road. We should have gotten at least footage of said accident, however fake it was going to be.
That and was there? Why we don't know, because I don't remember. But like,
what footage of the accident?
No, like a dead body.
No, they didn't show nothing. They didn't fake Doug laying down nowhere. But I'm just saying, I don't remember them saying that there was a body. Now, could they talk about the body? Yes, but I didn't mention. I didn't hear them mention anything about there being a body or the viewing of a body. But yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind. No one's ever really did. So right now we're trying to get Kat and Eva to get along, which I think is near impossible.
That's the long play storyline. Like,
that is the near impossible task. You are trying to get that lady to talk. You try to get that lady to talk to someone she despises, and she's supposed to be her half sister, because that is her dad. She's supposed to be her half sister, and she has sex with her boyfriend. Well, it was very weird because she didn't even like talk to Tomas at the time. She kind of just left him on red.
No, I agree with that, but like, I'm pretty sure they're exclusive now because of the fact that Eva and Tomas ended up sleeping together, and then Kat wasn't happy with that, and he wanted to hold her down, I guess. Mm-hmm. But like, Eva, I'm very hot and cold with her because I was vibing with her at the beginning, but the more time goes on, she keeps listening to Leslie, and then she keeps listening to her.
That's my thing. I understand that's your only parental figure in your life, and I know you want to hold on to that, but you are trying to build something with Ted. So I feel like you have to let go of your mother a little bit to be able to, she works with him every day, but I feel like it's different because you're not able to have time away from work to build on a relationship. It's really more of like a work relationship, if anything, because you only see him mostly at work. Obviously, the other 2 or 3 sets that they have, Orphe Jeans and Uptown, to either Orphe Jeans, Uptown, or the Country Club to like have dinner or hang out or do anything. But if she's able to spend more time with Ted, then maybe some senses can come to her and let Leslie go. But with this whole Peaches storyline, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, because it don't look good for Peaches, and Leslie's gonna ride that sympathy to the ends of the earth.
Look, Leslie, what is it? She helped that one.
That one patient that needed money or something like that, so she donated. That only gave her a reason to act like she's all holier than thou when she's not.
So like that one time the patient needed funds for the surgery because I don't think they had health insurance. Yeah. So she covered the whole cost because she ended up getting a whole bunch of money recently.
Yes, from the trust fund.
From the trust fund that was set up by Anita to help her. Like, long story short, she basically has found a bunch of money and they don't even say how rich she is, but I guess she's like,
they don't, but it seems like since the Duprees have money, and Anita has just been feeding the trust, it seems like for a period of time, so it's just like a very comfortable cushion, as in comfortable rich people wise.
Right. And so she donates this like large sum of money to the patient, and initially you're like, oh, that was nice of her, but then like you really start to think, because this woman is delusional. Delusional
to the max. She has no sense in her head, because whatever she believes is what's real. Anything that literally comes out of her mouth, she believes is real, even if it's a lie. She believes it's real, and that's how delusional this lady is.
Like, there's a whole sequence of, because she ruined Ted and Nicole's marriage, right? Mm-hmm. There's a whole sequence she had in her head about Nicole coming to her and saying, oh, you've won Ted. And it's like, but it wasn't real.
It wasn't real, because Ted had a slip up, and he was just drunk one night. I mean, we all have a drunken night, but come on, Ted, you ain't have to go back to Leslie like that.
I don't know why he did. First of all, that felt very weird to me, because I'm like, part of it felt somewhat coercive because he was drunk and she wasn't. I'm not really going to say anything about that. But then he kept coming back, and I'm like, okay.
She was drunk too in that moment.
She was drunk too, but like,
she took advantage of him.
Yeah, definitely. But he kept coming back, so I think that was supposed to play out differently, and I think that was supposed to be his fault. So
I feel like with the structure of a soap opera, there's obviously, they need to fill it out with more scenes. I do feel like him keep going back to her her room or whatever, him keep coming to see her is annoying. If it's not about Eva, shut the fuck up. Because at this point, you trying to keep going to her, all these attempts on trying to stop her from her crazy schemes because you feel like you're going to be the one to stop her. Bro, when you were the other Ted, you couldn't even stop her from telling the secret. You and your money couldn't even stop her from telling the secret. Now that you're the new Ted, you think you're still going to stop her? No, you're just hotter, and so that's why she slept with you. So Leslie trying to get her
replaced
man.
him with another dark skinned man and was like, and he's so much shorter now. They replaced him.
Is he shorter? I thought no,
is.
the other one was shorter.
No, the other one was tall. Remember, because they had that scene where they were talking about Martin, helping Martin. They were all in Joey's office.
Yeah.
And he was standing next to the other men, and he was noticeably shorter than all the other men.
He was short too. The other guy is not this is not.
He was like definitely. I feel like he was a little taller in juxtaposition though.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We also haven't seen the new Ted with Nicole as much when it comes to the chemistry because he started with the divorce part of their relationship.
Right.
So I feel like if we gotten more chemistry scenes with them, or at least some flashbacks, like how we got flashbacks with Danny and Bill when they were married, if we got flashbacks with the new Ted and Nicole when they were in their happily bliss, I would believe it a lot more. But I feel like if most of their scenes, they're across the room from each other. They're barely even up to each other. I feel like him and Nicole meet eye to eye. I'm not going to hold you. I feel like him and Nicole meet eye to eye. From my perspective.
Talking about Ted and Nicole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Leslie. Oh, right. Leslie's getting into it with Shanice. Let's go back to Leslie because her adoptive mother, Peaches, raised her and is now in the hospital because she's really old, even though I think that the actor might even be a little younger than Leslie.
She looks grandma age-ish. I don't know how old the grandma gonna be, but she looks. I feel like without the wig, listen, black don't crack, so she really could be 80. We don't know. Yeah, it don't look good for Peaches right now. She look like she about to die any second, and Leslie is causing havoc as she usually do, but now it's all at the hospital staff, and now she done set her sights on Shanice because Shanice is higher up in management in her nursing field. She's worked close with all the doctors, so she sees Shanice hugging up on Ted, and then her target has now been aimed at Shanice, but Shanice is not the one to play with. She needs to go somewhere else because it looks like Shanice is ready to glove up and throw down.
I generally feel like I get it. Like, I understand why Leslie kind of just wants to make sure Leslie is like mad, but it almost is ridiculous. It feels like she's getting mad at the staff, and it's like, it's not the staff's fault that your adoptive mother is dying from this like nondescript disease that we're not going to talk about.
Exactly.
And like suddenly
they never said what she had.
They didn't.
They just said she had symptoms and that she was like dizzy, and it was like very basic symptoms too. But it was masking on top of like other ongoing issues that still are being very vague because it's soap operas. Ain't nothing gotta be specific.
Yeah, so what is it? So Peaches is like dying of something, or maybe old age.
It looks more like a respiratory thing because the way they got her hooked up. So it could be she just can't breathe right.
Right, so
it just could be a bunch of things. Lady is dying any minute, and Leslie's about to be in distraught and walk around here like I don't know. She's gonna be a fucking menace. That's all I know.
Like, don't be mean to the staff because they're the only ones actually trying to help. But then she goes to Ted and she's like, "Can you help me? Can you help me?" But then she's rude. It's like he's the head doctor.
That's the thing too. A lot of people don't understand that. Don't be rude to hospital staff. They are there to help you out. As much as they are understaffed and underpaid, and everybody and their mama keep coming to the ER and all the hospital for the littlest things, they are just there to do their job. And if you hurt a hospital worker, honestly, at least for New Jersey, it's a state law where you can get like jail time because you're not really supposed to hurt medical professionals. I mean, you really should be hurting nobody in general, but medical professionals specifically because they're just there to help you. And she over here terrorizing the staff.
I've seen crazy people. I feel like she is representing people who are like crazy, but like, she has money, and because she donated that money to that one patient, she's almost like using that too to be like, oh, I'm a good person, I can do this, I do that. And it's like, no, it's not about that. It's about the process, and it's about patience. And it's like, she's acting like, I want my adopted mother to never die, but it's like, everyone dies.
And it seems like she didn't even care about her adopted mother that bad, because if she was such a priority, Why does she? Well, obviously, besides, I don't know. It just seemed like their relationship is complicated, and that all of a sudden, because she's now sick, now she wants to be more involved, and she has all this guilt. But honestly, this character does need to die because she was a weird. I feel like the only reason she was here was to give Leslie her inheritance and a bounce for real. Once this character dies, which I'm sure they're gonna kill her off. Once this character dies, she rest in peace, good riddance. Bye, Peaches.
It's crazy because obviously Leslie is not a good person, but it's like,
we get it, you've been done wrong, but you knew he was married when you were with him. You thinking that he was gonna leave his wife after all these years? Did he leave his wife after all these years? No. And after all these years, you could have been reached out and told him about Eva. So as much as you want to whine and cry and be like, oh, Bill made me try to get an abortion and told me not to contact, like, you really could have honestly done this way sooner in a better way. But no, you're vindictive and you're delusional and you're crazy. So now we're here.
And like that craziness, like she always masks it under trying to be a good person. Like she regularly breaks into Anita.
Anita what?
She regularly kind of B&Es into Anita's front freaking door.
Yeah, I'm gonna need people on Beyond the Gates to understand that
locking your doors.
We black people lock our doors. Okay, I understand it's TV and whatnot, but we need to implement the process of knocking on a black person's door because that door will not be open. I don't care how rich you are, that door should not be open.
I'm also pretty sure that like most rich, like ever since Bling Ring, I'm pretty sure most rich people actually like
they do
lock
because
their doors.
They do because they are relying on their gated community security to not let anyone in. But because there are blind spots in said communities, because most of the time it's blocked off by fences, but there's like obviously there's like sweet spots where they're blocked off just by shrubbery that you can literally just walk through. Like you just literally walk through the shrubbery. So it's like, what kind of security these rich people really having? Ridiculous.
You would think like after the Bling Ring movie, they'd be like a little bit.
They'd
more
be a lot more.
Because
and that was based off of a real thing. That was based off of a real Bling Ring.
They did the Lifetime movie first.
Yes.
And then they did the bigger Hollywood one.
The one with Emma Watson. Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because I only knew of it because of the Lifetime movie. That's when Lifetime actually made good movies.
That's the one. You know what's funny? The first one Austin Butler was in. That's how I knew Austin Butler was. And then I saw him on the Sharpay adventure on Disney Channel, and now he's Elvis. I mean, he's good in things, but I don't think he was good in Elvis. I mean, not that he's good in Elvis. I don't know. If we were gonna make an Elvis movie, I don't know why now. I don't know why Baz Luhrmann.
That's the thing that I don't know. Baz Luhrmann, I feel like a lot of his stuff is like.
I enjoy a Baz Luhrmann film.
It's I haven't seen. I don't know. I've seen we've seen a stage adaptation of
Moulin
Rouge, and so I can't watch the movie now.
Why
not? Not that I can't watch the movie, but it's like if I watch the movie, it's gonna be like a totally different experience than I had in the play.
You think so? Well, I mean, the movie came first.
Of course, the movie came first, and then they made the stage adaptation. But it's like,
it's all based off of a real like burlesque club in France called the Moulin Rouge.
Right. Mm-hmm. But just like because it's like the same thing as I've seen Wicked 1 and 2, and then it would be hard to watch the original play, like in that sense. It was a little bit because it's like they're kind of two different versions, so it's like differentiances.
The difference is, I know they've added 2 songs in the movie, but I don't know if there's extra songs in the play because there's more time. But I understand what you mean by that. It will never be the same because there's always a different version. There's always different parameters and time frames because obviously they split Wicked into 2 movies. So I see what you mean. But last time we were talking about Beyond the Gates was Leslie all in the Dupree's business now that she has this money or she has her inheritance and she's building her dream house literally across the street from the Dupree's. She's now regularly visiting Anita, her new bestie, since she's the reason why she has this money.
Oh, because we were talking about breaking into rich people's houses and like Bling Ring.
Mm-hmm. People need to lock up their doors. But anyway,
and generally speaking, like you'll see white people in like these middle class areas, and they think oh, just because like there's no black people, like it's quote unquote safe. But like if you hear about some of the stuff that happens in those areas, it's like, What are you talking about? Like,
those areas we have the most secrets because although in more urban areas, more things might happen out in the open, or it might seem like things happen out in the street because it's like a city type area. Suburban areas, everything happens inside. Just because it doesn't happen when you don't see it, everything happens inside. And when they do something happens outside, they try to do it at night so no one sees them. So now she's involved in this Winterfest that they're about to put on.
right, Winterfest. That's gonna be the new big event.
Winterfest. So Anita wanted to dedicate this year's Winterfest to mental health, or at least music's impact with mental health, and obviously dedicating it to Barbara. But because Leslie, we find out through the inheritance, Leslie is Barbara's biological daughter. She has now inherited all of the fortune that Anita has been giving into this trust. So she has to be involved with anything Barbara because Leslie's going to make it about herself. So now that Anita has made this Winterfest dedicated to Barbara, who told her? Ted, big mouth ass, told her. And then
Ted needs to shut the hell up sometimes.
Yeah, he do. It's Ted's fault because if Ted had never said nothing, it would have. I mean, I feel like she would have known it would have been too late, and then she would have fucked up the event. So honestly, it's good they know earlier, and it's good that Anita did take a little bit of a handle on it so that she can kind of keep an eye out on Leslie in that sense. Because if we were really gonna talk about it, she could have fucked up that event just as much as she fucked up Ted and Nicole's anniversary event, and she almost fucked up the what is the group name called? Articulates. She almost fucked up the Articulates reunion.
Until Eva stepped in and said no.
I'm glad Eva was there.
Part of me is like having a love-hate relationship with Eva's relationship with Leslie, because part of it is like
she's wrangling her in.
She's wrangling her in. She's like making her not so dangerous around other people. Mm-hmm. She's really done a great job of controlling her in the public eye especially. But at the same time, it's like then she listens to Leslie, and then she gets like then she starts thinking a type of way, and then it's like, oh, she's doing stupid things because she's being around Leslie, even though she's just trying to help her.
Eva needs to learn to, I don't know, I feel like sometimes when she talks to her mom, you could see she's allowing her mom to influence her, even though she knows her mom is crazy. So anything that her mom tells her when it comes to advice, especially when it comes to men, that it's not correct advice, and she's crazy. So I don't, like, even when she took her advice about Tomas, when she was like, oh, you better go after your man if you want him to keep getting him, like, do you not see that you're not going to get the man you're trying to go after? So why are you doing the same thing for your daughter? There are literally millions of people out there. I get it. I get it. They have a budget for actors, so they can't really hire as many actors. But there are millions of people out there, lady. Please let go of this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad she's moving on to this seemingly good-natured guy, but, like, part of me is like, I think that Leslie's gonna find some way to mess it up, and then Eva's gonna like find a way to forgive her.
Yeah.
I think Eva's gonna learn eventually, but it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a lot of effort, and it's gonna be a journey she's gonna have to go on. But that's like way down the line. We could talk about Jacob and Naomi and how he's kind of like being a little bit of a dickhead.
Yes, because if you knew in the beginning, well, I understand people change throughout the years, right? People may have changed. Obviously, he changed his mind on having a baby. But if she's telling you that her mind has not changed and is still very firmly planted in her ideologies from the beginning, and you happen to change your mind on having kids, listen, you might have to talk about divorce. Divorce is the next option, because when it comes to that topic of no kids and kids, there's no compromise. It's either or. If you want the kids or you don't, because once you have the kid is there. Yes, there's adoption, but now you're going to be psychologically putting this child through some kind of trauma by doing that. So it's like, if you want your family, Jacob, you need to find out with somebody else. Now, if you love Naomi, you can never have kids. So you have to figure it out, bro. It really is all on him, because he's the one that changed his mind. And I feel like it's not fair to put it all on Naomi to be like, oh, you're kind of being stubborn and you're not really budging here, when she said, I'm not changing my mind. I've given it thought. I've given you grace to think about it and to really put things into perspective. And I've decided I still don't want kids. So I'm going to need you to figure out what the fuck you want so that we can either move forward or get this divorce.
Yeah, I think he needs to, because then he's acting like, oh, then I don't want kids, but then he's mentioning them in like every other sentence, and it's
Exactly.
like, it's very clear. Like, this is, I literally like was rewatching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and that happened to one of the characters where he wanted to have kids and the other guy wasn't as enthusiastic, and it's like, what if you, even if you pretend like you don't want kids, you still want kids. Like, it's still like, you'll find a way to work it into every sentence, every thought you have. Like, you can't stop your thoughts. Like, you're only like a human person.
Because everything will be that what if. Like, oh, what if I had this kid? What if I had that kid? What if? And then if you're going to keep what ifing your wife to death, she's going to be like, nigga, leave me alone.
Right. Like, get out. Like, stop bothering me. Like, I don't want kids. Stop trying to, well, to her, she's probably thinking to herself, like, stop trying to hold me down with these kids that I clearly don't want.
Exactly. That I clearly do not want. And even with all these people trying to persuade her into having kids, she still was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Because it's a lot of work and she wants to focus on her work, and that's okay. Some women are very more career driven than other women, and listen, we are given the gift of life and we get to decide whatever the fuck we want to do. So if she want to keep just being a career woman, that's her. And it is hard to have a kid, especially in such a demanding job like being a lawyer. Who next?
She also has to,
no, go ahead. You want to say one more thing?
I was saying she also has to live up to Bill because he's also an attorney, so she has to look, she's in her father's shadow too.
Yeah, because she took her father's footsteps and started working for his firm.
Are we gonna go to the gays next?
Oh, the gays. Martin and Smitty. I'm very upset with Martin. And I'm ready for a recast. I'm so sorry.
Which, Smitty?
No, Martin.
Oh, I thought you meant why not Smitty?
Smitty, I was really hoping his name wasn't Smitty, honestly, when he was first introduced.
He was number one.
Shut up. It's not Smitty. So Smitty, he's actually really good. I like him. I like his actor. I understand not every gay role has to be a stereotype to gays, which I get, which why I love their portrayal of their relationship. It's not typical gay relationship. Well, it's like a normal gay relationship. It's not a stereotypical gay relationship. But every now and again, a gay's got to queen out, and I'm so sorry. Martin had his one opportunity to queen out, and it was a freaking
it was
thought.
like,
it wasn't even real. It was a thought he had that he wanted to go up against Bill, and he did not. And I'm like, what? That was your one moment, your one sassy gay moment, and you couldn't even do it right.
It was during the moment when like
they were trying to keep the secret about the dead body.
Martin accidentally crowbarring that guy to death.
Yeah, and the racist and like butchering his face.
But he had this moment where he tells off Bill, and it's so great.
It's very juicy. It's like a delicious moment.
It's a great moment, and it's like his sassiest, gayest moment, I would say. And then they undo that because it was all in his head the whole time, and he didn't actually say anything. And it makes me a little mad because I'm like, that's the sassiest he's been in this entire show. And it was.
We needed him to have his moment. And funny enough, Smitty really doesn't need it. I don't know why, but Smitty doesn't need it. And if he does, did he already have his? I don't think he had his moment yet.
Smitty has not had a gay moment at all, I think. I mean, not like flamboyant, but like
he hasn't had his sassy moment yet. But we're looking on out. But I feel like his character doesn't need it. But Martin's character definitely needed a sassy moment. And that was the perfect. And that moment was so perfect. But I just was so upset.
Smitty is more like.
Him being reporter with the glasses, that's his sassy moment.
I would say, yeah, he definitely gives me more like Lois Lane, but also he has like he seems a lot more like maternal. He's willing to compromise with Joan. He's the one. First of all, Smitty's like the first one for the most part who would like compromises most of the time. I feel like Martin is so hard-headed. It's hard to get him to compromise. And I know people say sometimes there's no like. Who's the woman, who's the man in these relationships, but sometimes those just naturally happen because like even if like this was a real relationship, like naturally one would drift toward being like more maternal and one would be more paternal because we're still people. They're still like animals at the end of the day. We're still humans.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would be more man and woman. Definitely more paternal versus maternal.
Yeah.
And I definitely know some professionals out there know the difference between the two. But we don't, so we're going to keep moving. Oh, speaking of the gays and their children, that's something that needs to be put on the leash. I'm so sorry, because I'm not saying leash, but what do you mean you out here losing your virginity because you hear a conversation from your cousin that you know is quite older than you, with more experience than you, who just lost her virginity? Like, why are we making all these rash decisions of these people, of cousins you look up to? Like, clearly you need to be reevaluating your decisions. And these are two of some of the most hard-headed children I've ever met.
My problem wasn't just that she did that, but my problem was, like, she thought that, like, this guy, like, because kids don't know anything. Kids don't have, or if kids don't go through certain experiences, they don't understand, like, what to look out for, like, what's a red flag. And so she accidentally wandered into this kid who was a walking red flag, and she almost slept with him. But he was the type of kid who was going to end up posting her naked.
I don't think it would have been naked. I think it would more just exploiting the sexcapades, like just like how everybody's on TikTok spilling their business. It would have been that. I don't think he would have shared video. If he would have shared video, that would have been disgusting.
It's men, they're boys. You don't know what they would have or not have done, because men have a threshold where they don't.
You right.
Have any, like, men don't, like, men literally can bulldoze through like a whole traffic load of women, and they would not care at all.
You right. Well, never put it past them, especially in that age, because they're more of a dipshit than they usually are, because they don't give a fuck. And even, honestly, even some of these older people are complete dipshits. Child, certain dipshits never grow up. But, yeah, them two kids. And their mother, June. I just looked it up today that June has been in some things. June was in the movie Karen on BET. She played the wife, and that's so funny that I didn't know that, because I definitely watched a video about that movie. I was not gonna watch that movie. That movie's trash. But I watched a video about that movie, and they showed her a couple times, because obviously she was the mom in the movie, and I did not know why I didn't put two and two together. I knew she looked familiar, and I'm sure she was in other things, other black things, because you know how there's always those actors that have been in black things, but you just don't know their name. You just knew their face. So she's been in other black things, but it's June as a character. At first, I did not like her, and I was ready for her to leave my screen. But now that the character has progressed and evolved, I like where this character is going, and I think it is good that they kept her for Samantha's sake, because it is one thing to be surrounded by a bunch of dudes, even if those two dudes are gay. As we mentioned before, they're not flamboyant, or they're not feminine gays, so it's not something. It's not a space that she's able to open up to, because it's all masculine. So she has that feminine energy with her actual mom, and yes, she can go to Anita and she can go to Nicole, but I feel like it's easier to go to someone that's not connected directly to your dad's, because I feel like if she would have told Anita, she would have told Nicole, they would have went straight to Marty or Smitty. Even June will go straight to them, but she knows that even some things are kept to them, because that is her real mom.
And that's interesting too, because it makes their dynamic of being adopted still work, because it makes it like so that she knows that she can't take care of these kids right now, and that she doesn't have the financial wherewithal to help them. So she gives them advice every now and then, but she always asks for anything big. She always is like, ask your dads, because, they raised you. I wasn't really there.
She was there. She just wasn't in her right mind. Yeah, it seemed like she had a lot of mental issues when they met her, because she did not want to leave her underpass house for the longest. She was stubborn, rude. I'm like, why is we even trying with this lady? Leave her alone and let's go. That's how I was really feeling to begin with June. But like I said, she's a lot better now. So I guess whatever meds she's taking them. And the fact that they're making her work at Orphe Jeans so she can have a job instead of like maybe the country club or even Uptown as like a bartender or something. Maybe not bartender, because I think it looks like she's sober. But some other job where she's not being a terrible waitress, or at least have her be a better waitress, because she's still not better. I feel like when Naomi helped her get her job back, because she lost her job because she couldn't remember the orders, my thing was they couldn't find an alternative job somewhere, or like some off. Well, I guess they needed a location where she could just be at randomly. But even if she just had some random office job where she just pushing buttons, like, it seemed like that would be her best bet.
That is a good point, but I also do feel like sometimes I don't like customer service because, well, I don't like people generally.
Yeah.
But that's just because especially because people are rude, they are nasty, they're annoying. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I will give you about like diner restaurants and like customer service areas is that it's a lot looser restrictions on how to be, so it's a lot less of a boss breathing down your throat about how you have to be with customers, especially since the boss basically her boss is basically our own, not own, but like get a kickback from the wealthiest people living there, which are like our main characters.
I don't know if they get a kickback. I think it's more they just frequent that place.
Maybe
because it's in the town and it's so famous, like famous Orphe Jeans.
Right. Instead of kickback, I mean like doing them a solid and being like, could you help her out? Like, cause she's struggling. She's. Yeah.
What was the training process? If she's struggling this bad, how was she even trained? And that's my thing too. A lot of these places, they don't train people properly. They expect them to come and just know systems, but not every system is the same. I'm gonna need proper training.
Oh my God, I hate that. I literally, cause my job. My manager was like a mess. He was like this dude who didn't know what he was doing in his life. His hair was a mess. His glasses were broken and he had like this obvious tape on it. And it's like he had dandruff. Like I'm cool with like people who have long hair and like people of other like ethnicities having long hair, but you really gotta like maintain it mm-hmm. and like wash it if you're gonna do that. But his pants was always sagging. And this guy basically breezed through my training, put me on register immediately. And his training was, I'm going to tell you every single thing that you need to do in a paragraph and then leave to go on a smoke break for hours.
That's so annoying. Even in the retail space where they give you someone to train, it's not even someone that properly trains you. It's just someone that be in the section to just show you what they do. And what they do isn't even correct. So like, why can't management come help me out?
Right, and then you get yelled at by management even though literally you were just following directions.
Right, this is what I was told to do. You would want to put this person in charge to show me what to do. Clearly you need to show what this person to do. And you need to show me what to do.
If I was like a boss of anyone, the first thing I would do if I noticed that they messed up, I wouldn't get mad at them. I'd be like, okay, I'll teach you how to do this. Even if I don't have the time, mm-hmm. I'll go out, I'll teach you how to do this thing. Mm-hmm. And then if you tell me who taught you how to do this, I'm going to look at them. I'm going to see what they did. I'm going to be like, why are you not doing this the way it's supposed to be done?
Honestly, a lot more in the training process, a lot more of people should be reprimanded when it comes to, their trainees. So we just talked about June. What other storylines is happening right now?
Damn, I don't even know. Let me check.
I think that's it, right?
Right now, I think that's it.
We haven't seen Chelsea nor Naomi, Chelsea or her girlfriend in a while, but that's fair because
she was kidnapped.
She did go through a whole traumatic kidnapping, and that is so fair. Live your life, girl. So she's just a side character at this point. Tomas could go. I'm gonna need them to recast Tomas.
Okay, I get Tomas, but
I need a.
Why not Smitty?
What will you want them to recast Smitty?
I don't hate his character.
You don't like the way that actress portrays Smitty. Just say it.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because part of it is like, do I have a vendetta against this random man? And then part of it is like, maybe I'm wrong about this. Like, what do I have against this actor? It's just I don't feel.
It's not against this actor. I would say it's the same way I feel about the actor who plays Jacob and the way he I guess the way he talks. I don't know if it's his acting choice and how he talks, but it's like he talks really fast and he talks like this. And then I feel like I don't hear anything he's saying. And thank God for fucking closed captions because I would not understand what he's saying because he talks so fast and he has his raspy voice and it's like he's whispering.
You're going to jail.
And then you got his brother coming out of nowhere.
Who speaks the same way?
Who speaks? He doesn't whisper as much, but he definitely talks fast. Yeah, he has like a quick,
sounds the same way.
Oh my gosh, I guess like brother like brother like brother, like brother like brother. I don't think that's a thing.
It's not. You're just making stuff up at this point.
I I feel like that's it that we can talk about Beyond the Gates, right?
I feel like we're like out of the tank with that. Like that's
everything that we done talked about so far, because that's all the stuff that's happening now.
Storylines that are happening.
Yeah.
We did just mention like Chelsea get kidnapped.
Yeah, but that happened already. I'm talking about what's currently going on. We forgot Vanessa.
Right.
Vanessa is over here with Joey Armstrong trying to be a madam.
Right. She's trying to pimp out. Oh, that's even worse because she's trying to use the club to. That's it. She's through the She's trying to She's trying to get pool boys hired at the country club and act. She's trying to get. Sorry. She's trying to. I didn't mean that. I meant to say that she's trying to get pimps hired at the country club as service workers and pimping them out.
No.
I thought that's what she was doing.
Not pimps. Do you know what a pimp is? No, she's the pimp.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying she's making sure that they're hired at the club and then using them.
She's getting clients at the club.
Right, she's getting clients at the club using that, pimping out those.
Yeah, pimping. Well, we don't know who else at the club is working at this escort service. We only know the one guy, but she's using the country club to build her clientele. And that's when we get a cameo from Giselle and Wendy from Potomac, Real Housewives of Potomac.
Which, yeah, but it's super interesting that she's doing that because she's basically becoming a little mini Joey Armstrong. Because then if she uses the
I don't know what her ploy is. I think ever since her husband died, it seems like she needs more of a purpose, even though she's a real estate agent. So I guess her life is more boring. Her storyline definitely went off the deep end. I did not see her. Well, obviously she was going to fool around with Joey only because Joey was seeking her out for her business. But her being hell-bent on trying to get her own shady dealings going on, it's kind of weird to me, because if she wanted to do her own shady dealing, she could have done that with her real estate business.
I genuinely think part of her wanting to be with Joey in that way is specifically because she's realizing that through him she can be bad, but I don't think that by herself she could come to that understanding.
Yeah, and then she has her 2 children. So we've only seen Donnell, whatever.
His name should be Darnell. It
really should be Darnell.
It rolls off the tongue easier.
Darnell.
Because he has a white mom. One of the twins. And I forgot the girl's name, but it's honestly, the next time we see one, we should see both. So CBS, I'm gonna need you to start casting these people 2 at a time, so then we have a full scene. I get that. Well, whatever story that they use, or she's in Banneker, or this fake HBCU that apparently is called Banneker, and she wanted to stay and focus on her studies, but that's BS. Y'all need to hurry up and cast this girl. I think that because I started reading a business book and I'm thinking the way that they have characters on the show, they're either budgeting, because this is a steadfast production, right? Mm-hmm. So most businesses probably budget for months ahead. I think that they budget for at least 1 or so month ahead.
Yeah, I think they're just doing it based off of what they have right now. Or, well, it depends on how they film. However they film.
Right.
Because I follow a couple of the cast on TikTok, and it seems like they already started filming for season 2.
Oh.
I don't know when season 1 ends. I've been trying to look it up. I think they said somewhere end of 2020, maybe beginning of 26. But if the season is ending soon with the holiday seasons, and they already started filming for season 2, maybe you might be right. Maybe it might be a couple of months ahead. Because it seemed like when they were sending out TikToks, it wasn't far off from the current episode, but they also could be posting as the episodes are airing. So either or. That's all the storylines for now.
Yeah, that has to be it. That has to definitively be it.
All right. Until next time.
See ya.